Well, hello everybody, we are just about ready. It's Friday 16th July and we are headed down to Northamptonshire to watch the first qualifying session held on a Friday since 2003. 18 years they've decided qualifying on a Friday was a bad idea, and they've gone and done it again. Let's ride. So hello everyone, I am Slow Rider, this is my world, and today I'm going to Silverstone, in case you hadn't worked it out. It is British Grand Prix weekend. I love riding down to Silverstone, I really do. It's a cracking ride, frankly. It's very long. And there are a couple of different options, so hopefully my videos over this weekend won't be too samey. Gonna try and get some of the action whilst we're actually there as well. Record some of it. That's the plan. Oh, I need to get across. Not using the motorways, as you can tell. I've just avoided one. Going through the towns. They should make for a better ride, frankly. It's a new form of qualifying they're doing this weekend. It's going to be a little bit different. Yeah, into Daisy Nook. Not a fast bit of road. It's not a long bit of road, but I like it. Oh, going wide. So that's the first time I've ever gone wide on that corner. Typical that it's the one I record. Might be traffic ahead, but they're keeping a good pace at the minute, so that's alright. Temperature's starting to warm up, that's always a good thing. Should be a glorious day. There's a bit of an engineering feat up there. I believe... is that the Glossop Hadfield line or the Glossop Manchester line? It might be both. Anyway, look how high up it is. Amazing. They put overhead wires on that as well, so some guy has had to go up there. In fact, I think from memory they've done it twice. I could be wrong, but I believe there was one sort of electric wire, and they used that for many years, and then they had to go and change them because we went from using direct current in our overhead wire to alternating current. Gone over it, but never mind. So yeah, they've had to do a bit of work on that bridge, at least twice. In fact, I would say the metalwork of the bridge is probably not the original structure either. So, I mean, it's a hell of a feat, that's what I'm saying. There aren't really any motorways around here to get any big lorries up here with big engineering structures or whatever. Yeah. I'm kind of intrigued as to how they actually did it. Let's get into the Nationals. Come on, we don't need any 50s. Right, we're the Nationals. I'd like to say this is happy at chundering at 50, it's not really. Currently looking at about 62 miles per gallon at 50 miles an hour. That's not great, but we are going uphill. And I do have wind brakes on the back. Look at these views though. I mean, it's a little bit misty at the minute. A little bit cloudy, I should say. It's early in the morning, but crikey. You do get some glorious views in the Peak District. I'm going to have to take you around here. Do some more roads. Because there are plenty of good ones in the Peak District. Also, actually, in the Lake District and in the Pennines and East Riding. I think we're following a queue of traffic. Oh dear. Oh, this is some low-lying cloud, isn't it? Just as I talk about the wonders of this part of the world, is it just one vote? Is it? Well, it's a bit watery on front, isn't it? So it's not cloud, it's mist. You can get it sometimes in the Peak District, an entirely different weather system. Oh, we're at Chinley already. Well, that road wasn't entirely ruined, but the moment you get a chance to overtake, it's quickly over. This is quite a tricky junction. When I first came across it, I thought, oh, it's just a roundabout. No, the road I want is the turning immediately after the roundabout. You see the sign there? It says go this way. It doesn't tell you for the A515 to go this way. That's the one thing it doesn't do. I suspect it wants you to carry on down that road for a while, but this is the quickest way to do it. I love how they drive down the middle of the road down here as well. I have a feeling Saturday and Sunday mornings will be better for this route. This is Friday morning, so, you know, traffic and whatnot. I doubt much of it is going the same way that I am. Sort of end destination. Some more nice views. I wouldn't mind living out this way, to be honest. I mean, I don't necessarily want the quarry in view at the top, but it'd be a nice place to mooch every day. I suppose whilst we're stuck behind this van, I might as well tell you about qualifying day, because as I may have mentioned, Friday is not traditionally a qualifying day for Formula 1 races. The last time they did it was in 2003, and they did it for 1 year, and before that it was in 1995. So there's quite a lot of people out there who are Formula 1 fans who will have never seen qualifying on a Friday before. That was a bit risky, wasn't it, Van? Friday was traditionally 2 practice sessions. Until very recent years it was 2 1.5-hour sessions, 2 90-minute sessions. Now it's only 2 60-minute sessions, but this weekend is one of 3 where the second practice session will be replaced by qualifying. And it's the standard format. You get 18 minutes for session 1, and of the 20 cars that are due to go out, 15, the fastest 15, will progress onwards to section 2. Section 2 is 15 minutes long, and the same theory applies. The fastest people will go through to session 3, but it's the fastest 10 people. So 5 people get knocked out in session 1, 5 people get knocked out in session 2, and then there's a 12-minute session for pole position. Now it's rather unusual being on the Friday, because tomorrow, Saturday, they have a sprint qualifying session, which they don't normally have. So it's an experiment. We shall see if it works. It's going to be interesting. But one of the things they've done as a result of all of this is push the sessions back. So there's other events going on. There's the W Series going on today. There's some of the practice sessions, and I think a qualifying session for that. Formula 2 I think is here. There's a few show events, you know, sort of parades around the track and whatnot, and obviously things going on around the circuit. But the first practice session traditionally would have been about 10 o'clock. And I believe from memory it is now about 2 o'clock. And the second section, which was practice, has gone from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Or there or thereabouts. It's something like 6 o'clock in the evening, or 5, 6 o'clock. So it's a much later qualifying session than you normally get at Silverstone. So the setups and the information they've traditionally got for Silverstone might not work, because different track temperatures, different light conditions. It's, you know, there's an element of interest there, but the reason they've pushed it back is because they've realised if qualifying's on a Friday and it's at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, no one's going to watch it. They're all going to be at work. So they've pushed it all back, which kind of helps me a little bit in that I can take a much more relaxed ride in. I'm still getting up early. But it also means that I'm heading back a little bit later than I normally would for a Silverstone weekend. And everyone's going to be leaving at the same time. Everyone's going to be leaving after qualifying because there's not really anything on afterwards. Temporary lights, but no actual works. So yeah, it's all going to be very interesting to see who's turned up, because that's a random in itself. And of course, Friday is also traditionally roving grandstand day. If you've got a weekend ticket, you can go in the grandstands. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people are actually going to get in the grandstands. Because that's where everyone's going to be headed for qualifying. My aim is to get into the main grandstand, but we'll see, you know, opposite pit lane. We'll see how possible that is. It's going to be very busy. Look at the views up here. Look at it. We're in the Derbyshire Dales now rather than the Peak District, but it's still gorgeous. Where are you going? You're turning, aren't you? Yes, you are. Little cut out there. Can't see from here what it's actually for. I presume a road or a track or something. Yeah, I do like this road. It is a little dull in places, but it's a nice looking road. The A515 is between Buxton and Ashbourne, heading down towards the A38, I think. Yes. At New Haven. Here's New Haven Services. Look at that. Just look at that. Rivendell! We're going to Rivendell! That's where the hobbits go. And the elves. And the humans. And the dwarves. Only some of the dwarves. Some of the dwarves get eaten by dragons. I presume there's another lorry coming. Indeed there is. This is Ashbourne. It's actually a lovely town. You get quite a few bikes here most weekends. Not many today by the looks of it. Lots of bunting up though. Yeah, I don't know where this lorry driver's going, but he's picked a route. Oh, we have nationals. This is the short stretch of the A50. Yeah, let's start off in the wrong gear. Yeah, I can see the ruddy car there, mate. I'm not being funny. That's the wrong place to be for... Oh well. Well, okay. Not coming back this way then. It's going to be like this. I don't know, doesn't look too bad. We might. 40. That must be so annoying to be following them too. I don't like it when cyclists ride two abreast and there's only two of them, especially on a road like this. Oh, Jesus. Nice early indication there. Roadworks. Oh, that view never gets old. Why is there no traffic here? Oh. this is probably a good time where I can talk about my expectations are for the Formula 1, because, you know, there's point is going to Formula 1 if you're not going to have expectations of what's going to happen. I think the McLarens are going to be pretty quick. They've shown they've got good pace. Lando obviously more than Daniel. I can see them getting third row on the grid. I reckon it'll be the 2 Red Bulls and the 2 Mercedes up front. Which order's a little bit more tricky. I think the Red Bulls have found a lot of pace recently, so they're going to be difficult to beat. So it could be a Red Bull 1-2 and then Mercedes 3-4. I'm not going to risk squeaking in there. Is that a new bus? It is. Well, it does appear to be anyway. Very nice. Yeah, there's a couple of reasons I wasn't going to try there. One was because it's right at the front of the queue and it's a big vehicle, and the second is they couldn't actually see me, so if I got halfway up they would have just gone and I'd have been dead. That's, you know, I don't fancy being dead. It's one thing I really don't want. Patience is a virtue, apparently. Ooh. Find a gear. Quite a small bus. I mean, it's a bus, but not rather than a minibus, but it's quite a small bus. Anyway, where was I? Yes, expectations. So I think probably Verstappen on pole. I hate to say it. I don't necessarily. I don't dislike Verstappen, but I don't want him to win the British Grand Prix. No offence, dude. I think of the British drivers, the best one with a chance for pole is Hamilton, but I mean Lando shouldn't be too far off, I don't think. George Russell doesn't really have a chance. If he can get in second qualifying, perhaps even in the top 10, that would be good. Now we're going quicker again. That's my predictions anyway. I think Verstappen on pole. We'll go for Hamilton second, and then I think maybe Bottas will beat Perez. Yeah, let's go with that. So Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas, Perez for today's qualifying. That's what I reckon. Nearly there, nearly at Silverstone. Onto the A43, I think this is now. Wait, does that mean that way? Because that's a really bad sign if that's what it means. I have a feeling those signs were pointing at the wrong exit. This is where we normally come in. Yeah. This is further down than I remember going last time. Either.
Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
That way, okay.
nice and steady.
Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
Right at the very front of that.
Brilliant.
Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
Thank you. And we are here. And we are here, Silverstone, home of the British Grand Prix.
One of these corners has got to be fantastic. I've seen you go through a match again, a really well controlled land, and just seeing the way it pushes it down on the back end and powers through. It's wonderful. Well, Julian Tosh in the market.
That's how you get out of Silverstone quickly.